Black Box Productions.
I'm gonna say this because I know it sounds bold, like everybody love the EC record, right? And the nigga just on the record like ECG on it came up a little short. Got told on by that nigga Lil Short. And it's like, damn, why would a nigga put some shit like that in the song? Do he got paperwork and all that? Everybody be hollering at paperwork shit all the time, right? Not even knowing what that's about, but yeah, I do got paperwork. I'm finna read the paperwork too. I got 13 papers. See, we didn't go to trial. They eventually kicked it out after some time of us going back and forth to court for almost a year. So all we got is the written report from the arresting officers, Compton sheriffs. It's a 13 page. The most important page is this one right here, the very last one, circle. That's what I got told on. I got told on in that circle right there. That circle right there, right? All statute of limitations are gone. We passed all that at the point now. But just to give you some backdrop on the story of why I put a nigga on blast like that, right? It's cause not only was this my homie, I ain't gonna even speak on how cuz like walked me into a bunk ass deal, snake shit, back in me on the price and all that. Had me under the impression I was gonna be able to give up some bands and then take over the notes on a car. 2010 Charger. This was in what year was this? This was in 2010. So it's like July 2010. So I'm like, fuck it. I'm running my playthrough. I ain't gonna even start the story through all them details how that's filed, because that ain't got nothing to do with what actually happened. But anyway, nigga talking about paperwork party, then tell you to go look up the case numbers. I got the case numbers, all that. So on my mama. So I'm in the track news. I had the car like 4 or 5 days, and it's brand new. Like, I ain't even, supposedly whoever had it, you know, they fucked up, fell behind, and they looking for a third party to take over the notes, and his people know how to make it official. For the 4 or 5 days I had the car, the nigga, like, I keep trying to run up on him, call him, hit him, like, let me get with your people and do the paperwork. I'm getting simple excuses like, oh, you know, his daughter running track or graduation tomorrow, meet him in his office tomorrow, but it hadn't even been a week, so that hadn't become as much of an irritant as something like that can eventually become, you feel me? So I'm just in the midst of that, hitting corners, moving around, pulling up on all my good people. They seeing I got the new whip, whatever. So I'm in the track news, and I pull up at the smoker house to get him to hit my shit. It's clean, but he just hitting it just to get it hit. You know, you get a new car, you get it washed often. So it's the little RT thing. So I'm sitting there getting the car washed. It's a gang of homies around. Like, see your new shit, SBI? Yeah. Nigga sitting in the back seat going through the CDs, like finna change the CDs and shit or something like that, one of the homies. And I swear to God, on my mama, we like in a little residential area in the driveway. Out of nowhere, it's not no tow truck. It's like a regular, like, pickup, like a dually type pickup. Like, it like pull up in the driveway across the street. Now, in hindsight, I could see this happening. I didn't really notice it when it happened, but the motherfucker like angled perfect from that a driveway across the street where he could just reverse backwards and just and reverse right up to the car. He did that shit out of nowhere. Like, I'm talking about, it's like a beautiful day outside. I'm the man. We chilling. Everybody move. I'm on rims. Everybody like, oh yeah, you clean, SBI. I ain't had this motherfucker a week. I gave up like 5 bands or some change. Cause like out of nowhere, just the motherfucking pickup just. So you almost think it's some, you don't know what's going on, but it's obvious because as soon as it got close enough, that motherfucker like out the back of the pickup, a bar just slid up under that motherfucker. Bam! They lock it up. Bam! Two white boys jump out. They got on the bulletproof vests with the like little chains with the like a hip hop chain, but they got the badge on it, looking like police is like a motherfucker. They jump out with a laptop like, we gotta order a repossession for this car, whatever. I'm like, damn. I immediately called Cub, like, Cub. It's my homie Lil Show from me, Lil Mate. I'm like, Cub. You know, of course, before I ended on my bread, I done drilled him about questions, and everything legit. Just like a family member. The Lils, I know this, it sounds silly now that it's a janky move to even make. And when I'm telling y'all, but the only reason I would do it is because this is like one of my lows. This was my dog. So I'm like, Cuz had two whips at the time, an Escalade and a Camaro, and he telling me this is how he get them. I don't know the business, so I'm just trusting Cuz. So I'm calling him on the phone like, Cuz, it's all bad, whoop. He like, nah, it ain't that. I don't know how. He like, so he called on three-way the nigga who daughter was at the track or I was trying to get with that's supposed to do the paperwork, the nigga that's running everything. He called him, so we on three-way. That nigga, he like, he a nigga with an accident. He like, that's an illegal repossession. Just sit in the car. Don't let them take it. Mind you, they got the motherfucker up like this. So my dumb ass, I done sat in the driver's seat. Woo. And they like, then the homie like, Cuz, where you at? I tell Cuz where I'm at. Cuz, why, in the process of all this going on, Cuz must not have been that far. Cuz pulled right up in the track, knows where I'm at. He jumped out the Escalade, blocked the tow truck off where they came. They trying to pull off. He blocked him off. Bam, jump out, hand behind his back, faking like he got a burner. Talking about, drop it or I'm popping. The white boys immediately, no problem. They drop it, bam. I get in the car, I back out. EC now, Cuz out there doing a big old speech. He got their laptop. He like, you want this? I'm like, Cuz, I don't want no motherfucking laptop. He just took their keys, coming to the ghetto trying to take shit. Y'all gonna learn. I'm like, come on, Cuz, let's go. I'll get off. I leave, get on Central, make a right on the laundry. I'm keep thinking, Cuz finna like hit the corner behind me. I get all the way down the laundry, finna pass the port, and I'm like, damn, this nigga still ain't following me. So I double all the way back to the scene. Cuz still out there on my mama, Cuz still doing a speech, telling the white boy they gonna learn about coming to the ghetto. Cuz like 9, 10, 11 track news out here seeing Cuz. Don't none of them know him. They only know me. But I'm going in the car, Cuz still out here doing it. So I'm sitting here like looking at Cuz. They tell me like, Cuz, get in your car, let's go. While I'm saying that, Cuz, the sheriffs hit the motherfucking corner. Now, with or without him saying this, I'm finna be gone. But Cuz immediately like do his hand like get on. So as I go like this, the sheriffs is coming. The whole time, while he out there doing the preaching and stunting and all that, the white boy is telling him, all right, we already caught the police. We'll just let the police handle it. Just let them handle it. This is illegal. Are you saying it's illegal? We're saying it's legal. Just let them handle it. So that's to let you know why I'm telling Cuz, let's go. And with them steady saying that, Cuz still out here pulling his stunt. So I'm like, I double back and the police come. I'm like, when I Cuz like when he out there pulling stunt. When he look over his shoulder and see them, I got the whip like facing this way. They coming from this way. Cuz like just do his hand like get on, Cuz. I get on, bam. Flooring. It's me and the homie BA from Cell 1 in the passenger seat. Now, those that know, I'm like on Alondra Central. Get on the 110, going north. By the time I'm going like past El Segundo, Cuz calling me from the backseat of the police car, from his cell phone, with handcuffs on, crying, telling me they said, they being the police, if you don't bring the car back, they gonna take me to jail for carjacking. But if you bring it back, we ain't gonna have no trouble. So at the time, I called my baby mama. She in Carson. I'm like, go pull up, right? Wooty wooty woo. While he in the back seat, as soon as he see her, he like, man, tell Spider they gonna take me to jail. Ooh. Mind you, I got like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of my childhood friends standing there watching this too who don't know cuz. So he like, please bring it back. Mind you, of course, I do not return to the scene of the carjacking. I don't know what fool would, but I'm gone. So a few days later, probably like, let me see. So that was like on the dates are coming up right here. Let's see, say okay, this on July 31st. It's a few days later. It says this is a carjacking 215 PC. This is the arrest report when I got arrested. Like, I'm gonna let you know the date of the other incident, and we'll be able to do the math. Oh, I didn't mean to show the name, but I did it. I'm gonna try to. But anyway, it say the purpose of this supplemental report is to provide active additional information regarding the above file number. At 333 0330 hours, we detained so-and-so, suspect Williams' girlfriend, for 219.54 at 700 East Carson Street. Approximately 5 minutes later, suspect Williams approached us from 309 East Carson Street, across the street. As he was walking toward us, I observed he had numerous visible gang tattoos and was grasping the front of his waistband in a manner consistent with a person concealing a firearm. Due to the late hours and to the totality of the circumstance, we detained suspect Williams pending an illegal weapons investigation. Man, so they did me like that. They say, investigation. We conducted an inquiry of S. Williams' information and determined he was wanted by Compton Sheriff Station for being a suspect in a carjacking. We arrested S. Williams for carjacking 215 PC. We transported S. Williams to Carson Sheriff Stations and booked him with the approval of the Day Sheet Watch Commander, Sergeant Eminger. Attached to this report are copies of the booking slip and some other shit. That's this paper. Feel me? This one I got. And then the other one, I fucked up. I should have worked out the name. Shit, I'll do it and I'll try to do it on the thing. This the $100,000 bail paper on Saturday from Bad Boys. But this is the report. Just anybody want to know if I got paperwork. Plenty of it. This is 13 pages. This is 1 of 13. It's police like little, they little codes and shit. It's 2 of 13. 3 of 13, some case numbers and some more shit like that. You feel me? And then we'll start off. This is 4 of 13 where we start. This is all this 1 through 3 is the technical shit. But this is the officer's report. It said, we responded to 2202 West 157th Street, Compton, in regards to a Keep the Peace call. Tag number 153. Upon our arrival, we saw 2 male whites, later identified as victim, Wooty Whoop, Napolitans, whatever, and V. Turner, standing by their vehicle, 02 Chevy truck, 2-door white, license, Wooty Wooty Whoop Whoop, Global Lender Services, and a male black, later identified as suspect Hughes. Hughes is Lil Show. So further in this paperwork, when you hear Hughes, Jamal Hughes in specific, that's Lil Show. All right. And suspect Hughes standing by his vehicle, 07 Cadillac Escalade, 4-door brown, license whatever. Deputy Sawyer contacted V. Napartano, that's the victim, V. Portano, whatever, and Turner, while I separated and contacted suspect Hughes. Napolitano and Turner stated to Deputy Sawyer that they are employees of Global Lender Services, a repossession company. They stated they were at the location legally and were hired by Wells Fargo Bank to repossess a 2010 Dodge Charger, white four-door. In order to repossess was done by Wells Fargo on the vehicle because the R.O. Robert D. Hamilton was 6 months past due on his monthly payments. For further, see attached order to repossess. V. Napolitano stated that they located the vehicle, 2010 Dodge Charger, with their GPS at 2202 157th Street, Compton. They checked and verified that the vehicle parked in the driveway of the location was the same one on the order to repossess. Natano stated that there was no one in the vehicle, 2010 Dodge Charger, and they hooked up the vehicle to their tow truck. They lifted up the vehicle and pulled out of the driveway of the location and turned eastbound on 157th Street. Napolitano, I'm going to just start calling him Napo stated as he was turning eastbound on 157th Street, he saw suspect Hughes driving his vehicle at a high rate of speed, going straight at his tow truck, which had the Dodge Charger hooked up to the rear. Fearing Hughes' vehicle was going to crash into him, he stopped his tow truck. Suspect Hughes stopped his vehicle right in front of the victim's tow truck and about 4 feet from the curb line. Napo stated that he could not move the tow truck forward because suspect Hughes' vehicle was blocking his path. Napo stated suspect Hughes then got out of his vehicle and yelled, "Drop the fucking car, I'm going to spark you. I'm going to burn you," while reaching with his right hand for his waistline behind his back as if he had a gun. Based on suspect Hughes' statements and actions, Napo was in fear for his life and believed Hughes had a gun and would shoot him if he did not comply. Napo unhooked the vehicle from his tow truck, 2010 Dodge Charger. Napo stated that as soon as he unhooked the vehicle from his tow truck, two male blacks, later identified as suspect Williams and suspect 3, was described as a male black, 5'07", curly hair, white muscle shirt, denim shorts, approached him. Suspect 1 and 2 were seated inside, victim 1, V1 and V2 were seated inside their tow truck. S. Williams stated to the victims, "I'll beat the fuck out of you." Suspect 2 then jumped into the driver's seat vehicle. S3, suspect 3 jumped into the passenger seat of the 2010 Dodge Charger. Suspect Hughes then grabbed the keys from the victim's tow truck, which were inside the ignition. Suspect Hughes then handed the keys to suspect Williams. Suspect Williams then drove the vehicle, 2010 Dodge Charger, on west on 157th Street and out of view. Napo and Turner positively identified Hughes as the person who threatened them and took their keys. Based on the above, we detained Hughes pending a further carjacking investigation. I recontacted Turner, who related the following. V. Turner stated that Hughes almost crashed his vehicle into their tow truck. Hughes stopped right in front of them, blocking their path. Turner stated that Hughes got out of his vehicle and yelled, "Drop the car, I'll blast the car. I'm going to burn you," while reaching with his right hand for his waistline behind his back as if he had a gun. Based on Hughes' statements and actions, Turner, in fear for his safety and believed Hughes had a gun and that he would shoot him if he did not comply. Turner told Napo to go unhook the vehicle because victim 2 had a ballistic vest on. Victim Turner then stated that Hughes grabbed their tow truck keys and handed them to Williams, who drove off with suspect 3 in the Dodge Charger. Turner stated that Hughes said, "Give me $50, give me your laptop, give me your new phone." Turner, fearing for his safety, handed the laptop to Hughes, but then Hughes gave it back to him. We advised Hughes of his Miranda rights for 5/4 AD 477. This is handwritten. I think that's 547 AD. I don't know how well it gets in focus, but he stated he understood them and agreed to speak to us without an attorney present. Hughes stated everything was just a misunderstanding. Just let me go. I'll give the car back. Based on the above, we arrested Hughes for the indicated charge. We transported Hughes to Compton Station, where he was interviewed by Detective Mraz for further. See his supplemental report. We transported Hughes, care of with the approval of the watch commander. When I say care of, that word at the top, I can't quite make out what they were saying. This is page 12 of 13. We only got one more page after this. We transported book suspect Hughes, CROF, whatever, with the approval of the watch commander, Lieutenant Yokoyama. A search of the area for additional suspects, witnesses, and evidence met with negative results. That's the police telling you. They looked for any other suspects, witnesses, at the incident. They had negative results. A victim's Bill of Rights form was issued to the victims. Suspect Hughes' vehicle was stored per his request. See attached. The stolen Dodge Charger was entered into sus as stolen and armed and dangerous. See attached. Suspect Hughes disclosed suspect 1 as his friend Curtis Williams. However, he did not provide the identity of suspect 3. Hughes stated that Robert D. Hamilton is his friend. So, as I left the scene of the carjacking, unidentified, with the car that was being jacked, suspect Hughes identified suspect number 1 as his friend, Curtis Williams, however, did not identify suspect 3, the little homie that was in the passenger seat. So this is why we have the line, I got told on by a little show, because I just showed you this, the date of this incident. What was it? Date of this incident, 7/20. And then I got booked 11 days later, 7/31, for carjacking. After he told them, suspect number 2, he was suspect number 1 in the case. I'm seeing he was a suspect number 1. I was identified as suspect number 2, and suspect number 3 was the homie. Hughes identified suspect number 2 as his friend Curtis Williams. However, he did not identify suspect number 3.
Nightwood Net Hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
Here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My nigga Spider Low. Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low, that's my nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low. Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
You are now in the black box with the homie Spider Low, the most eastiest. Facts over feelings, keeping it a Google Plex. Feel my campaign.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.